Yes, Carrie from Raleigh.
Yeah.
So
Miss Carrie says she's more than 80 pounds overweight and has type 2 diabetes. Will losing weight help reverse diabetes, or is it too late? I don't think it's ever too late.
Nope.
Never too late to achieve health.
That's right.
The extent to which you have the diabetes, how long you've had it, there are factors that we would have to consider, and that's part of our metabolic assessment that we do, and that's why we are medical providers that guide you on this journey. But I think with the weight loss, if we can't completely reverse it, which we typically can, honestly, we can put it into a state where it is so much better controlled. Your risk for complications are much, much better. You feel better. And then there's lots of other things that will happen when your weight goes down, your blood sugar improves, like your heart health will improve, and you will be at a lower risk for any kind of cardiac issues later in life, which is one of the main things the main thing really that affects individuals.
You wouldn't know it by watching the news. It's still the #1 killer.
Right. Heart disease is very, very
It's been
dangerous.
doing its job for the last 50 years. About 60,000 or so folks a month, 55, 60,000 people a month are dying from heart disease in this country.
Yeah.
And it's been steadily like that. So
women especially. So we really have to keep in mind this is not gender-based. It's not even age-based. We have people in their 30s and 40s experiencing severe cardiac issues and unfortunately dying from heart disease. And diabetes is one of the main causes of these heart conditions. So to tie it back, Carrie, I think the chances that we could reverse it or at least put it into an extremely well-controlled state is very high because we've done it and we continue to do it.
That's correct. We do. And look, if I started giving examples of the number of people who had diabetes when they came to see us and were able to get off all of their medicine and control their blood sugars and hemoglobin A1C, we would be here for the next 3 weeks live telling you stories. This is a very common thing. The way out of type 2 diabetes is restricting carbohydrate intake and losing weight. It's the name of the game. And now, there's kind of a more esoteric argument amongst physicians. And I'm just going to say this, for most of you, you can tune it out. But if you're really into this kind of stuff, your pancreas makes insulin. And it makes insulin from these little cells in there called beta islet cells. And the idea being, Michelle, you mentioned it depends on how long have you had it, to what extent. You can burn these cells out. You can get to the point where you don't make any insulin at all. And so there's one school of physicians who says, at that point, you'll always have diabetes and you'll have to be on insulin because you can make no insulin. Okay. There's another school, and I run into these all the time. And you have to be careful telling those people that they're burnout and that there's no more insulin function there, because they will tell you that those doctors will tell you, no, I've got patients who went on a strict ketogenic diet, stayed on it, and regained this function, and that the pancreas, the pancreatic beta islet cells do repair themselves and begin to make insulin again, and so they'll cite to you many patient cases like that. So I would say that the one mistake you can make is not doing anything about the weight and the diabetes.
Absolutely.
And the dietary intervention is going to be the most powerful thing.
And we really specialize in that here. Mentioned a ketogenic diet. I know if you watched these before, you know that we are advocates and educators of the ketogenic diet, and there are many, many reasons. But even if a ketogenic diet is not something you are open to, or you have concerns related to it, talk to us. There are other eating plans. There's simply lower carb. There's Mediterranean eating plans. There's other ways we could do it, but quite frankly, the most therapeutic way to lower blood sugar safely and effectively is through a restricted carbohydrate diet. So that is primarily what we teach here, even though there are other options absolutely available.